The reality that we're currently experiencing is so weird. I mean, nobody truly knows what we're doing here and what life is even about. So, thinking about different theories and perceptions as to why we're here can be really eye opening and trippy. So, what are we even doing here? What's really going on here? Is there anything even going on here? Is any of this even real?
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
This can be what? Be real?
Or maybe you just haven't seen the signs or the clues within the coding of information that make up this reality. You haven't yet noticed them and realized that everything that you thought wasn't. Now, if you're a 90s kid, you'll remember playing Snakes on your phone. Really basic game where you just go around in circles and try and eat these little round things, and it make the snake grow. A few years later, you've got Pokemon, which is a free roaming world where you can roam around and catch Pokemon. Then a few years later, we had GTA, which was more realistic to the sort of lives we live, which was an even bigger free world that you could just roam and commit crime and do almost anything you wanted to do. And now we've got VR headsets, which you can literally put on and you can do the same thing, but with a VR headset on. You can roam these maps or these worlds and landscapes, and it's even more real. So just think what technology might be like in 100 or 200 years time with that same sort of progression. I mean, what sort of simulations will we have then? Now, science is able to explain everything up until the Big Bang. This giant explosion of energy 14 billion years ago that came from something that was a million billion times smaller than an atom. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, even if everything did come from something that was a million billion times smaller than an atom to create an explosion and expand into this never-ending universe that we currently have, how is it even there in the first place? Even if it was such a small, minuscule thing, how is it even there in the first place? What put it there? And what initiated the Big Bang? What pressed the play button on this eternal script that we call life? Or what if technology has already come a lot further than we currently know? What if our current reality isn't real at all? We could just be living within a simulated reality. Maybe humans are just simulated species and we're a far weirder, trippier, creepier species than we first thought. Some of the greatest thinkers think this could be the case. I mean, you've all heard of the tech multi-billionaire Elon Musk, right? The owner of Tesla, creator of the SpaceX program.
That 40 years ago, we had Pong, like two rectangles and a dot. That
Right.
was what games were. Now, 40 years later, we have photorealistic 3D simulations with millions of people playing simultaneously, and it's getting better every year. And soon we'll have virtual reality, we'll have augmented reality. If you assume any rate of improvement at all, then the games will become indistinguishable from reality, just indistinguishable. Even if that rate of advancement drops by 1,000 from what it is right now, then you just say, okay, well, let's imagine it's 10,000 years in the future, which is nothing in the evolutionary scale. So given that we're clearly on a trajectory to have games that are indistinguishable from reality, and those games could be played on any set-top box or on a PC or whatever.
I guess it's kind of scary to think that everyone you've ever known, family, friends, weren't real. They were just a simulation. or everything you've ever done, it was not real, it was all pointless. But I guess at the same time, it can be kind of liberating to think of all the regrets you might have, the embarrassing moments you might have had, times of trauma. These things might not even be real, they might also be part of the simulation. Or maybe I'm part of the simulation, and I'm here trying to remind you that you're in a simulation. So what's really going on here? Nothing. Your whole life and everything you've ever known isn't real. You're probably just some random squid-looking alien dribbling, plugged into a simulated reality machine on the planet Zong. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, there'll be many more trippy, weird, and insightful videos to come. So just hit the subscribe button, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your simulated day. Peace.